They say Jim Chalmers is at the wheel of the Aussie economy, but after that absolute dumpster fire of a debate, I wouldn't trust a guy to push a Coles trolley in a straight line. Fair dinkum. If you thought the bloke had a shred of authority left, scrap that idea. He looked like he wandered in off the street mid-coffee run, mumbling his way through it like he was ad-libbing a school play. And let's not forget, this isn't some intern stuttering through a Year 10 oral. This is the bloody treasure of Australia. Before we unravel this political pantomime, do the usual. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're not scared of the truth, and drop a comment telling me just how fried this country feels under this circus. Oh, and if you've had it up to here, snag the Elbow Knows best tea. $16. 48 hours only. Links down there. Now, picture it. Wednesday night, national spotlight. Cameras rolling. Sky News host grinning like he's got front row seats to a slow-motion car crash. And there's Chalmers, Labour's so-called economic vindicant, getting metaphorically slapped around by Angus Taylor. And let me be clear, this wasn't a debate. It was a political mugging, a proper dismantling. But hey, while we're choking on bills, over in Kosciuszko National Park, there's a full-blown environmental crime scene going down. Craig Kelly and John Ruddick filmed it. Ancient forests flattened, iconic ecosystems shredded, all in the name of climate progress. Entire centuries-old trees bulldozed for wind farms that barely power a toaster when it's cloudy. And guess who greenlit this? Labour. But plot twist, it was actually kicked off by the Libs. Yep, both sides playing a high-stakes game of pass the grenade. Power bills through the roof. Small businesses collapsing. Families forced to choose between heating and eating. That's not progress. That's bureaucratic masochism disguised as virtue. And the Teals? Oh, they were invited to actually debate these ideas, face off against real expert like Ian Plimer. But shocker, none of them showed. All noise on the ABC and Insta, but when it's time for hard debate, vanished. Ghosted harder than a Tinder match after mentioning crypto. This net zero fantasy, it's gutting our economy, torching the bush, and bleeding us dry. And no one in Canberra has the spine to say it out loud. Labour's busy selling solar pipe dreams like it's 2030 and we've already saved the planet. The Libs? Too busy in fighting and tiptoeing like the issue's radioactive. Spoiler again, it is. And we're all getting fried. Now the polls. Labour's still ahead. But don't let that fool you. People aren't voting for Albo because they adore him. They are voting against Dutton. That's the whole strategy. One side's burning your wallet. The other couldn't organize a bake sale at Bunnings. Even Richo said it, Dutton's unelectable. The man's got all the charisma of a toll booth and none of the answers. So where does that leave us? A treasurer who crumbles under pressure. A prime minister who's barely there. And an opposition stuck in neutral, still figuring out which way is up. All while real Aussies get smacked around by policies cooked up by bureaucrats who've never had to skip a meal to pay the rent. And yeah, climate change is real. But how does tearing down sacred forests and jacking up bills help anyone? Where's the logic? Where's the basic Aussie common sense? If it ain't broke, don't break it. We've got more sun than we can use, but import solar panels made by slave labor. We've got gas, coal, uranium, but act like it's 2050 and everything's running on fairy dust. This isn't noise. It's the future. It's your kid shot at owning a home. Your small business surviving another quarter. Your family staying warm and fed. And if we keep letting these jokers run the show, we're in for more tax, more spin, more green-tinted bull, and zero accountability. That's not a prediction. That's a bloody guarantee. So if you're mad, if you've had it, if you're tired of screaming at the telly, say something. Share this. Get the word out. And please, for the love of Vegemite, stop voting like the duopoly are the only two flavors in the freezer. They're not. Demand better. Demand answers. Demand politicians who can explain the price of tomatoes without a script and a focus group. That's it for now. I'll see you next round, unless Elbow bans free speech by then.